Ashante, welcome back to our channel. So today you're gonna be hearing about me doing a movie review on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about the movie because the hype was so much, and I'm actually sure a lot of you guys have probably watched it by now. But for those of you who haven't watched it, I will be doing this movie review so that you can get an understanding of what the movie is like, and you can actually see whether it's worth watching or not. So overall, for this volume, the third one, I found it the best out of the three, mainly because it was not just about enemies or like fighting battles. Okay, there were enemies, but it was just more emotional. There was some more emotional side towards the story compared to the other three. I mean, the first one was where like the Guardians kind of came together to escape jail and to kind of sell off this item. I forgot the name because it's been so long since I watched it. And in the end, they actually saved one of the planets. From what I remember, and that's how they became the Guardians of the Galaxy. The second one is about Will and his dad, and how they find out he's a god and he's actually evil and he's trying to take over the world, and how they end up saving Will and destroying his dad so that he doesn't take over the world. The third one was about Rocket's story. So Rocket has always been my favorite character from the start. I just love the way he is, and just seeing how Rocket's story is and how he was just a small raccoon, and then how they kind of this mad scientist took him and kind of modified him and tried to make him smarter and a better creation for the new world that he was trying to create. And how Rocket was super smart, and the way when he was a kid, how he went through such a hard time, and then he managed to make friends, and how those friends became his life, and they all had a dream to go to the better world and to live a good life in the end. But then when Rocket found out that they're not going there, he tried to escape, and he tried to help his friends escape as well. So it was a lot of emotions, and it kind of makes you understand why Rocket never talks about his past and everything, how he's very secretive in that area. And one thing I didn't know about Rocket is that he actually has kill shot. Okay, spoiler, sorry, but he actually has a kill shot. So that was something surprising in his heart. So yeah, basically that's like the reason why I like the story so much, and how they all came together as a family to save Rocket's life, even though Will and Rocket were like having problems. And it was just also nice, and it was nice to see that Nebula was a part of the group, and not just a side character as Gamora's sister, but she was actually a part of the group this time. And it was nice to see how she was willing to do everything she could to save Rocket's life, even though in the previous two movies it didn't really show Nebula having any sort of emotional connection with any of the other characters whatsoever. And then basically it was a happy ending, and then everything was okay. The bad guy dies like usual, yay! So but overall, I would say the movie is really good, and it's long. It's more than 2 hours, but it's definitely worth watching it because I got really happy. I actually teared up when like Rocket's story was being told. It was too emotional at times because you just see how a crazy scientist just kind of altered the life of a normal animal. Like, he could have just lived his life as a normal raccoon and just run its course, but then a mad scientist took him and experimented on him, and kind of that changed things for him a lot, mentally and physically. But overall, it was a really good movie, and I think like if I was to rate it out of 10 stars, I would definitely give it like an 9, to be honest. That's how good it was. And I feel like Rocket's story is the most emotional story out of all of it, and maybe, you know, it's nice to know that, not maybe, but it's actually nice to know that he finally found like his family, you know, even though he lost his first family, which is his friends, but now he finally found a family that's willing to fight for him. And you know that even though they have differences, they still look out for each other in the end. One thing I was very shocked by is that Gamora actually didn't remember it. In the movie it says that like it comes out in the movie, you can see that Gamora is not a part of the group and she doesn't remember anything. I guess all that happened because of what happened with the Endgame and in the Avengers, and with her dad, and how she how her dad sacrificed her to get the stone. Okay, that's not the Endgame, this is the section before that. But yeah, but even though like Gamora did not have any emotional attachments with them, she still actually did a lot to save Rocket's life. Because when I forgot the name of the gold people that are like all in full gold. Yeah, because when the Queen's son from the planet where all of them are like full gold, I'm sorry, I can't remember the names. But yeah, when she came like the second time and tried to get Rocket, Gamora actually put her life in risk and saved Rocket, which was nice, even though she didn't really have an emotional attachment towards Rocket at all. But in the end, I was so happy when Rocket was saved. Overall, it was a good movie. It had action, which is always there in Guardians of the Galaxy, which is actually needed, I would say. It had definitely more emotions than all the other volumes, which was nice. It had a better storyline in my opinion, because it shows how the whole life of Rocket was, like from just being a normal animal to how he was genetically modified and everything. And it kind of shows how he actually works and like gives you an inside track of what modifications kind of happened and how smart he is. And it just shows friendship on another level. Like it really shows the friendship more in this volume compared to the others, which is also nice. So yeah, there was a lot of good things about the movie. Bad things, to be honest, I really can't pinpoint them. Probably the bad things would be that I was confused about the dog, to be honest. It wasn't like a bad thing, but it was very confusing. Like, why is there a dog all of a sudden? Because I couldn't really like figure out how the dog relates and how the dog lands up in nowhere, the headquarters of Guardians of the Galaxy. But overall, it was a good movie. So I would say you guys should watch it. It's definitely worth it. You can watch it on the cinema, or you can actually stream it. There are now platforms online that you can use to stream it, like F Movies or B Flix, FLIX. I think F Movies is still the camera version, but I think B Flix is actually you can watch HD now. I'm not too sure, but you guys can definitely check it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed my movie review, and if you have any comments, please leave them below. Follow our Instagram channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. The link is below in the description, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.